How many of you just bought this plastic water bottle every single morning? I was one of them. I was one of them that didn't realize how many years that would take to decompose just this little plastic water bottle that we use only a day. And this come to a thought of my PBL project called My Trash Adventure. สวัสดีค่ะ Good evening everyone. My name is Apitha Thanin. I'm in grade 12 and now I'm going to present my PBL project. So as you can see all over around us when you walk outside of your house, you can see trash, plastic bag everywhere. And I think that is a tragedy of Thailand. So we can see from statistics that we produce over 25 million tons of trash per year, and only 8.34% or million tons that we eliminate in the right way. So I had inspiration from Roland Singer. She's American that lived zero waste life and encourage other people to live zero waste life too. So in that mason jar is all the waste she produced in 3 years. And in the left side is a town in Japan called Kamikaze Town. So that town, every villager separate their trash into 34 different categories in order for them to recycle it easily. I look back to my trash situation in my household and in family with 4 people. In 7 days, we produce 3,689 grams of waste. And to break it down in 1 year, we produce 500 grams of waste. And if I predict in 1 year, I would produce 192.4 kilograms per year. That might not seem like a lot of amount, but if you think in 10 years, in 50 years, there will be like a lot of trash that I produce. Where did my trash come from? Mostly they come from product with plastic packaging. For example, shampoo bottle, plastic water bottle, anything that bottled, and disposable products. For example, paper napkin, cotton balls, and discarded food. For example, banana peels, and lastly is paper and others. So my goal is to reduce my trash from 500 grams to 300 grams in a day per 4 people. So I use these strategies to achieve my goal. I use reduce, recycle, and compost. In reducing last month, instead of use plastic water bottle, I use reusable water bottle instead. This is from my friends, my lovely friends. And when we go shopping, I go shopping with my mom, like grocery shopping. We use fabric bag instead of plastic bag. And it sounds like it's easy to do, but it's really hard. You have to plan when you're gonna go grocery shopping, when you're gonna eat something. Like if you want to go have McDonald's, it's really hard if you set a goal that you're not gonna produce any waste today, because McDonald's costs a lot of waste and we have to plan it in order to reduce it. Other is compost. It looks really gross in here, but I use EM, which contain a microorganism that will decompose food that I don't eat anymore. And I add brown sugar every time, not every time, but sometimes that I put the discarded food in the can. It takes around a month to decompose this thing and recycle. My sister, she drinks milk every day, and she drinks from a milk carton. And that milk carton is really hard to recycle, and recycle center won't accept it. I can't sell it to recycle center. So I searched in website, and I found that Big C has this campaign called Green Roof, where I can donate my milk carton and send it to Big C, where they can make roof out of it and recycle something to recycle center. I made in 22 days. I made 77 baht, and in a year, I predict that I would make 1,277.5 baht. So this is a kind of trash that you can recycle. You can recycle. It's called mixed plastic. So any other plastic except PET, and PET costs 8 baht, and mixed plastic costs 7 baht, and aluminum can cost 18 baht, and steel can cost 7 baht, and paper can cost 4 baht, and lastly, glass bottle costs 0.7 baht per kilo, and some of the plastic cannot be recycled. For example, colored plastic and thin plastic. So how well did it work? Before I did this, on December, the record showed that in a day, I produced 500 grams of waste. But in February 13 to February 18, I produced 268.5 grams of waste per day. And in a year, I would produce 94.4 kilograms of waste a day. I reduced 258.5 grams per day, and in a year I would reduce 98 kilograms per year. Throughout this process, I learned that something that I wouldn't do in my daily basis if I didn't do this project, because it's too hard, it's inconvenient. So pro of all these strategies are that they actually worked on reducing waste, but some of them are inconvenient. So of compost is really easy to do, and it's actually I got less waste throughout this thing, but it smells really weird and use up some space. And the reducing process, we don't have to produce more if we reduce it. That is, I think reducing is the best way to make the zero waste happen, but it's inconvenient and you have to plan it before you go buy something. And lastly, recycle. When you go to recycle center and sell them, the trash actually got recycled, not like when you mix it together with other trash. Because if you mix it, some of the trash won't go to recycle place. But when you go to recycle center, you have to drive, and that costs money. And it also made less profit than I thought it would be, and it's inconvenient. So how can we make it practical? I found that many of us don't have awareness to how much trash we produce in a day. Like if I didn't count what I produce, I wouldn't know that I produce that much trash. And we have to make it convenient, like something that is can be recycled or is eco-friendly or hard to use and inconvenient if you compare to something that we can grab and go. For example, McDonald's and some tissue paper. Like if you have tissue paper and you have fabric that you should like when you're gonna clean something. Tissue is like you don't have to clean it after it, you just throw it away. But fabric, you have to clean it. So it's harder. So that's why people don't want to use fabric to clean something. And we need more motivation to do something. Like if you want to recycle something, you have to get enough profit in order to make people want to do it. So my goal after this is to continue compost discarded food and taste it if it's work, and if they really work, I'm gonna sell them. And I want to build habit myself. Like I want to do zero waste lifestyle for real, but it's gonna take some time to do it and get my neighbor to recycle their trash with motivation. But I don't know what motivation I would give them yet. So before I end this presentation, I want to encourage you to do something. This is called 15 Days Less Waste Challenge. We're not gonna go with zero waste because it's too hard. We're gonna have like little less waste than we produce nowadays. So today or tomorrow, check what kind of waste you and your family produce each day. And second, use reusable water bottle or metal water bottle instead of disposable water bottle. And lastly, bring fabric bag with you when you go shopping and leave in your car so it's convenient when you go shopping and don't have to bring plastic bag anymore. And thank you so much for watching.